He performed at Madison Square Garden. He filled stadiums across 4 continents. And then, for many of his fans around the world, it felt like he simply vanished. No explanation, no goodbye, just silence. He sang in front of millions of people in China and made grown adults cry within the first 30 seconds. So what really happened to Dimash Kudaibergen? Stay with us, because the answer will genuinely surprise you. Damash was born on May 24, 1994, in Aktobe, Kazakhstan, into a deeply musical family. At just 5 years old, he began taking violin and singing lessons. And his grandmother walked him to every single lesson, every single bob, despite the pain in her legs. That kind of dedication doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from love. Most people discovered Damash through a video clip. A young man from Kazakhstan standing on a Chinese television stage, opening his mouth and producing something that didn't seem humanly possible. But the real story starts much earlier than that. His parents, Kanat and Svetlana, were celebrated singers who formed a popular family duet across Kazakhstan. His grandfather played the traditional dombra instrument. Music wasn't just in the house, it was the house. And Damash absorbed every single note of it. Singer 2017, as the youngest participant, competing against some of Asia's most established vocalists. Although he finished as runner-up, he became almost a superhero in China overnight. Fan clubs opened nationwide. Fans followed him through the streets. He needed security just to leave the building. Even Jackie Chan, yes, that Jackie Chan, became one of his admirers. By the time he was a teenager, Damash was already winning major singing competitions. But the real turning point came in 2015. He was invited to the prestigious Slavyansky Bazaar competition in Belarus and won the Grand Prix with a score of 175 out of 180 points. The head of the jury publicly declared that Damash possessed 3 voices in one: a low voice, a medium voice, and a rare high register called altino, and he used all 3 professionally. That was just the beginning. In 2024 alone, he performed in Budapest, Istanbul, on his 30th birthday, Astana, Prague, and Dusseldorf. In 2025, he took the stage at Madison Square Garden in New York, then Mexico City, Barcelona, London's OVO Arena Wembley, and Berlin. That is not an artist disappearing. That is an artist building something quietly and methodically on his own terms. Damash wasn't just popular. He was a phenomenon unlike anything the music world had seen in years, and yet, for a long time, it felt like the wider world had gone quiet on him. Fewer viral videos, less online buzz, fans asking, where did he go? The truth is, he never stopped. He just changed direction entirely. And where he went next is remarkable. Dimash Kudaibergen didn't disappear. He simply refused to chase fame and chose to deserve it instead. He went from a small music college in Kazakhstan to Madison Square Garden, from a grandmother walking him to violin lessons to performing for the United Nations. And the most remarkable part, the United Nations International Organization for Migration appointed Damash as a global goodwill ambassador, committing him to advocate for the human rights of migrants around the world. He wasn't retreating from the spotlight. He was choosing what that spotlight would mean. And that choice makes complete sense when you understand who Damash actually is. He once said in an interview that when other boys his age were drawing cars, he was drawing recording studios, microphones, speakers, and stages. From the age of 2, he already knew exactly what he wanted. That kind of clarity doesn't waver. It just evolves. His vocal range spans 6 full octaves, from the lowest baritone notes all the way to the highest soprano and whistle register. He sings live at every performance, without lip syncing, and has performed in 10 languages, including Kazakh, Russian, Mandarin, French, English, and Italian. He is still only in his early 30s. Whatever comes next, the world is paying attention. If this story moved you, share it with someone who loves music. And if you want more stories like this one, subscribe, because we find the real stories behind the names you think you already know.